Okay, so this is the part 2 of the other video that's uploading now where I'm telling you about the dream I had last night because it's very important. It's like a prophetic word. This can help people. So I'm gonna put it out there. You have people projecting things at you. Stop it. You fucking stop. Shut your fucking mouth and sit down. I kept saying that last night. Shut the fuck up and sit down because I felt like it was necessary. There's too many people barking up the wrong fucking tree. You are God's tree. And they're barking up the wrong tree, baby. All right, let's get right into it. It's 7:45 on the time. So at the beginning, I think beginning-ish of the dream, I'm sitting there talking to some of my guy friends. There's like 3 male friends I'm friends with. And before this, there was something else going on in the dream. I can't really remember what led to me and them just being alone. We all went downstairs to hang out. I don't know, but there was like a party going. That's what it felt like at least. And but that was after, I think, too, because at some point the party like really turned up a notch where there was like lights and all this shit going on and all these people hanging out. And we're just having fun and being young and being tapping into that inner child really. And we're sitting there. I have 3 friends, 3 guy friends sitting there. And they're like, well, why are you still single? And I'm like, what do you mean? Nobody likes me like that. And then basically they're just telling me the one guy is basically shooting his shot. The other guys are pretending they don't like me when they do like me, but then they say it anyways. So I basically get 3 confessions in a fucking row. Right to my face, kind of. And I'm just uncomfortable because I don't know how to process that. How do you choose between 3 people you love? Because my love is genuine. But granted, there's a difference between romantic and platonic love. Understand? You have to be able to separate that. Okay. Anyways, I've never been in that actual scenario myself. I've been around guys and I've hung around with my homies and stuff. Eventually they do end up sometimes confessing, not all the time, but like, it is what it is. It's not my fault. It doesn't matter if it's a male or a female. I might still get a confession either way. It's happened a lot on both ends. So like, I really don't think it matters who I hang out with because I have pure intentions. Even if the people around me don't, I have pure intentions. So why does it matter what they're doing? How does that affect me? That says nothing about me. That's what everybody else is doing. That's not what I'm doing. Okay? But once I usually find out, oh, they're doing something bad or they have bad intentions or, these intentions are not good, that's usually when I walk away or step away, right? So like I'm dissecting the dream as I'm going through it with you guys. This is going to be more than one or 2 parts because I did talk a little bit about it in the first video. This one will be a part 2 though. I'm gonna have to probably make a 3rd video. I'm only like a bit into it and I'm already almost halfway, like a quarter of the way maybe through this fucking video and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have enough time. I'm gonna try and rush it though, but not too far because I want to dissect it. But we were all sitting like on the couch. There was a bed and then a couch and we were sitting on it together. We were all sitting on it together. It wasn't anything weird going on. We were just talking and that's where it led. And I'm just like, okay. I will say I do have a lot of homies that died on the other side. I do have some people out, and it's not frequently, but some people ask me, why are you single or how are you single? And I really don't understand that question. Because I don't really view myself from the lens of other people. I view myself as I'm a good person with a good heart. I don't really think the outside really fucking matters, although I may or may not be conventionally or unconventionally pretty to some people. It doesn't really matter. Some people think I'm straight up Uggs. Some people think I'm a goddess. It's just a hit or miss, person to person. I have a really good heart, so overall I don't really think my appearance on the outside really impacts any of that, because when you're old as fuck and that's the person you're stuck with sitting on a rocking chair, are you going to have good conversations? Are you going to have good banter? Are you going to get along? Are you going to be fighting all the time? Are you going to you know what I mean? So like I take it as, if you can't be a good friend, then you can't be a good lover. But most people that are your friends are only your friends so they can take from you or take advantage of you or have bad intentions, or they have intentions of getting in your pants or being with you without straight up telling you. So that's a form of manipulation. And I think that's why it made me feel uncomfortable in the dream. So I went to go get some of my family to come downstairs with me. And there was a fucking doggy door. And I'm just like, I don't know why. I crawled in it to get there in this like little cubby of like, it basically felt like a basement, but it wasn't. It looked like my downstairs kind of. Like the setup where there's the steps, but the railing was metal and it was black. And I don't know. Anyways, so I go upstairs and she's like basically calling for my help because she got stuck. So I get up there and she's no longer stuck. She's just lounging in a dangerous situation. In order to get up there, because I went up there to invite her and she said she was coming. So then I went back down the steps, told my friends, oh, well, my sister-in-law is coming. You know, because I don't think anyone else really wanted to come downstairs with me. But then I heard her get stuck, so I went back up the stairs, or I tried to, but there was like slime all over them. So in order to get up there, I had to go the treacherous way and climb up the steps, 6'11". But I had to bend the railing a little bit. I guess I'm a little superhuman strength in my dreams too. I don't know. I am pretty strong, but it's not about that either. That doesn't matter. What's inside matters. And these are the same eyes that you're going to be looking at for the rest of your life. That matters. So like, that's what I mean. Either fucking way. So I'm crawling up the side of the railing to get up there, and I bend it to get through it because I'm just like fucking tired of this. I see my sister-in-law basically as I'm trying to get over the railing because I'm getting out of a dangerous situation. Now she's laying in a dangerous situation comfortably. She's on like this sign. I don't know where the fuck the sign came from. I looked down and there was nothing there at first. And then I saw there was like, she was hanging on by threads, by wires, by strings. She was just hanging on there. There was like 2 strings on each side. Well, one of them had 3 and one of them had 2. And then I looked down again when she's about to fall, and all of a sudden, because, I don't want to see anyone get hurt or die, she falls into a fucking ball pit. So then I go and I don't even know how this makes sense, but I jump off into a pool, and I do it again, but the second time, well, the first time I jump off, when I jump off and I'm down there, everything goes black and gray and white. And it's like I'm having a conversation with God. And I don't understand what's going on, so it's kind of scary to me. And he's just telling me things that I don't really understand. And he's saying them in basic terms, so they should make sense. But I think I just overthink and overcomplicate things because of the way things have always been, where I have to protect myself because nobody gives me any other fucking choice. So I'm listening, but I'm also trying to figure out if there's any cryptic meaning behind it. But God, I didn't know who the fuck it was a male voice, a deep male voice. And when I looked up, I saw like a white figure with no face or no nothing. I was like, what the heck? That's not who I saw when I died. So I'm sitting here confused, being like, is that God? Is that an ancestor? Is that my higher self? What is this? But the things it was telling me were definite. And it was detrimental that my soul heard this. It was necessary. It was a necessary step forward because I've been doing the healing. I've been working on myself for countless fucking years when it wasn't even my work to do. It was their work. And I'm going to tell you what the next part of what I wrote down says. I got 9 minutes already into this. This is why I said I'm going to have to make this probably a 3rd or 4th part. I don't really know. I'm not trying to make this long. I'm trying to wrap this up. But the reason I'm making this video to begin with is because I feel like this can help somebody. Also, my sister-in-law was wearing like a party outfit, like a ravey outfit. So I don't know if she was there to try and... In my mind, I was like, is she trying to replace me as the life of the party? Because like when I went back down to tell my friends she was coming, that's when the party lights were on. There was a bunch more people. Everyone was partying, having fun. And it just felt like she wanted to get me out the way so she could be in the way. And that's always been how it's been with girls and men and people in my life, where they try to get me out the way because they know I shine so bright. It makes them look dim in comparison, but I was never comparing us. You were the one doing that to me with your projection. blatant.